Best Actress's variety show debut. The show made her call her ex-boyfriend. She called me. My 3-year-old nephew happened to answer. He screamed in fright. Daddy. Shen Buyu froze for a moment, biting her lip, her eyes reddening slightly. We broke up only 829 days and 1 hour ago. And your child can already call you daddy. The entire internet exploded. Shocking. Shen Buyu breaks down on a variety show. When I heard my nephew's heart-wrenching scream, I was cutting fruit in the kitchen. That cry of daddy startled me. My brother and sister-in-law had gone traveling. They gave me 1 million yuan to watch their son for a month. Nothing could happen to him. What's wrong? I hurried over to him. I found no sign of danger. I instantly breathed a sigh of relief. Then, the next second, I noticed the phone screen showed an active call. The caller ID read, "That bitch?" My mind went blank. Shen Buyu. We had been broken up for over 2 years. Why was she calling me? I put the call on speaker. Just as I was about to ask why she called, I heard her say through gritted teeth, "We broke up only 829 days and 1 hour ago. And your child can already call you daddy." I knew she had misunderstood. I was about to explain, but she hung up. The cold dial tone left me stunned. Then I shook my head with a bitter smile. So, what if she misunderstood? She was only my ex. After calming Little Corn, my frightened nephew who answered by mistake, I lay on the couch and scrolled through my phone. A notification suddenly popped up. Best Actress Shen Buyu loses control during her variety show debut. Curious, I tapped it. Then I was completely dumbfounded. Shen Buyu was on a live variety show that night. She was the youngest Best Actress in the industry, with tens of millions of fans. Her variety show debut drew massive attention. She lost a game segment, and the host randomly drew her punishment. Call an ex. The call could be any length. They could say anything. The host looked eager to stir up trouble. Shen Buyu had never been linked to anyone romantically. If the show revealed even a little of her dating history, it would have all the drama it needed. Shen Buyu was surprisingly composed. She took her phone and found a number. Sharp-eyed viewers noticed she had pinned it to the top. Its contact name was him. The entire internet held its breath, waiting to see who Shen Buyu's ex could be. The call was answered instantly, but it was not a man's voice. It was a child's shrill, tearful cry, "Daddy." The viewers were stunned. Shen Buyu was even more stunned. Her eyes went vacant, filled with disbelief. After 2 minutes of frozen silence, Shen Buyu could no longer keep a straight face. She broke down and asked me. And then there I was, sitting on my couch, too scared to move as I stared at the trending post. In just a few minutes, the clip had taken over every major headline, trending under multiple topics. Buyu, you remember it so precisely, right down to the hour. This is really embarrassing. 829 days? Can someone investigate who it is based on that timeline? That child sounds a few years old already. Could the child be Shen Buyu's? Did the Best Actress's ex run off while pregnant? This is wild. Pass the popcorn. How could anyone investigate that? The guy did not even say a word. And if he has a child, why dig into his life? Can we respect a private citizen's privacy? Well, I was not actually a private citizen. I was a little-known celebrity, just an obscure one, so I was not worried about being identified. The topic of Shen Buyu's ex stayed trending for days. Several male celebrities even liked the post, and all of them became trending topics, while netizens tore their hair out trying to guess the truth. Shen Buyu started a live stream. On camera, she looked noticeably worn down. She said flatly, "Let me address the relationship everyone has been asking about. I have only had one relationship. It is over. He is not any of the men recently trending. Please stop speculating." Seeing how she looked, the viewers were unconvinced. They flooded the comments. "She looks so pitiful. Have you still not moved on? TSK. Looks like you got dumped. It has been over 2 years. You should move on. What kind of man would actually dump you?" Her eyes are still red. How long has she been crying? Try to let it go. His kid can already call him daddy. At first, Shen Buyu remained stubborn. Who has not moved on? Me. Unable to move on. What a joke. Who was crying? It was not me. But the more comments she read, the redder her eyes became. Her lips trembled into a pout, and she choked out miserably. "Yes, he dumped me. And that might not even be his child. Maybe it is a character from a television show." The viewers said. Shen Buyu will deny it to her dying breath. I watched that live stream too. I thought that would be the end of it. But the next day, my manager rushed over and asked, "Do you know Shen Buyu?" I froze. Guiltily, I shook my head. Dating Shen Buyu had been a complete accident. No one knew about it, and no one needed to know now. My manager looked deeply suspicious. "You do not know her? Then that is strange." Her manager came to ask me whether I was married. I said no. Then he said there was a show perfect for you. Shen Buyu's manager was actually arranging for me to join a dating show. I wanted to refuse, but my manager would not allow it. An opportunity handed to you. Only an idiot would turn it down. He did not even let me argue. He immediately sent me to that live dating show. The moment I saw Shen Buyu on the show, my legs went weak. I nearly dropped to my knees. Yet, she walked right past me without a glance. Many viewers had tuned in specifically for Shen Buyu. They began gossiping about her in the comments. Haha, was Shen Buyu rattled by her ex's child? She actually joined a dating show. Dating openly on a show is better than sneaking around in private. Who was that staring at Shen Buyu just now? Fang's you. His eyes were practically glued to her. Is he a fan? What are you talking about? My eyes were not glued to her. I only glanced at her twice. Seeing Shen Buyu had no intention of acknowledging me, I finally relaxed. It seemed she planned to pretend we were strangers. Then why had her manager recommended me? Forget it. I could not figure it out. Maybe her manager thought I had potential? I was already here, so I might as well film it. For the entire day, I was not paired with Shen Buyu, and we did not even speak. One female guest, Yukin, went to the same university as me. We decided to stick together for the day. When we returned to the shared villa that evening, we found Shen Buyu sitting all alone on the couch. Shen Buyu looked toward the door. When she saw Yukin and me enter, chatting and laughing, her gaze darkened slightly. Yukin rushed over to greet her. Hi, Buyu, here by yourself. Shen Buyu nodded stiffly, then looked at me again. She spoke coolly. There are a few things I would like to ask you about. Is now a good time? Yukin understood. After politely saying goodbye, she left, leaving Shen Buyu and me alone. Only the two of us remained in the vast living room, facing each other. I did not dare move or say a word. At last, Shen Buyu broke the awkward silence. The cameras are off. I took out my phone and saw that the day's live stream had indeed ended. I immediately breathed a sigh of relief. Thank goodness they were off. Otherwise, who knew what the viewers would gossip about after seeing us? But Shen Buyu's next words scared the life out of me. Who did you have that child with? I shook my head, just as I was about to tell her the truth. Her expression suddenly lost its calm. You are not married, and you are raising a child alone. Seriously. Why was she sulking? I was utterly confused when she added, then would you consider me? I can be the child's stepmother. What had I just heard? She could be what? A stepmother? No. Even if she was willing, my brother would never agree. Her lips moved slightly, as if she was about to say more. I hurriedly explained, that is just my nephew. Do not jump to conclusions. A flash of bewilderment crossed Shen Buyu's beautiful face. My brother and sister-in-law went traveling, so they asked me to look after him for a month. That day, he accidentally answered when you called. He was startled, so he called me daddy. After rushing through that explanation, I was sweating. I held my breath and watched Shen Buyu's reaction. She went blank at first, then frowned slightly. After seeing me nod with absolute certainty, she laughed in exasperation. Shen Buyu folded her arms and shook her head to herself. So that was it. I cannot believe I lost sleep over this for a week. Shen Buyu was acting far too strangely. Thinking back on what she had just said, I gathered my courage and asked, what did you say you could be just now? Did she mean what I thought she meant? Shen Buyu came back to herself. Her expression changed in an instant, returning to that calm, composed look. It was as if nothing had happened. We were together once. I was only offering help if I could. If he is not your child, then forget it. There is no need. You do not owe me anything. She glanced at me without saying anything, then turned and walked away. But there was a small twist when we were paired up the next day. We had originally been expected to keep the same pairs as the day before, but Shen Buyu wanted to switch with Yukin. Her reason was, I watched the personal introduction video the show aired. Fang's Yu has a special skill. I have a role coming up that requires it too. I want to learn more from him. Yukin was baffled. When was there an introduction video? Why had she not seen it? Still, she did not want to embarrass Shen Buyu, so she agreed. I knew nothing about any of this. I was waiting eagerly for Yukin at our date location, only to find Shen Buyu arriving instead. I stared at her in surprise. Why are you here? What is wrong? Zhao Qing wanted to pair up with the guest I was with yesterday, so I simply let her have her way. I see. I believed her. But the comments went wild. No way. We could not hear Shen Buyu and Yukin's conversation. But Shen Buyu clearly approached her first. She is fooling you. You sweet idiot. What is Shen Buyu smiling about? Her grin is practically reaching her ears. Does she like Fang's Yu? Did she find her target that fast? I approve of this match. Help Shen Buyu move on from her last relationship already. I had no idea. I thought it was merely chance that Shen Buyu and I were paired together. Still, that day's game was quite interesting. The first game was to find my facial features among these fragments, then assemble them into a complete face. Many variety shows had used this game before, and the results were always hilariously absurd. That made me a little worried. Do not choose anything too ridiculous. Do not underestimate me. Then she proved with her actions that this was truly effortless for her. Even I could not tell which fragments were mine. Yet after studying them for 5 minutes, Shen Buyu quickly made her move. Without the slightest hesitation, She selected every piece, then assembled them into a complete picture. Looking at the reconstructed photo, Shen Buyu nodded with satisfaction and blurted out, "This was your magazine cover from last year, right? The one with snowflakes embroidered on your outfit." Shen Buyu realized she had said too much and hurriedly explained, "I happened to glimpse it, you know. I have a very good memory." That was true. When Shen Buyu and I were together, I would watch food videos late at night and crave everything. But many of those restaurants did not deliver, so I could only go to sleep hungry and drooling. The next morning, Shen Buyu would rise early, travel all over the city, and buy every food I had mentioned the night before. When I stared at her in shock, she would ask, "What? Did I not buy enough of something?" "No, it is too much. I cannot finish it all." I shook my head repeatedly. Shen Buyu gently rubbed my cheek. She said happily, "If you cannot finish it, I can eat what is left." I was moved to tears. I sampled a few bites of everything. Sometimes she would recite her lines in front of me. Her scripts were long, with passages to 100 characters long. After reading them just a few times, she could recite them perfectly. That was when I knew she was an actress with both talent and dedication. She was bound to succeed. Sure enough, not long after we broke up, she won a highly prestigious Best Actress award. Her career soared without obstacle. Even her appearance on a show like this drew countless admirers. After Shen Buyu managed to save face, she was in a wonderful mood. Then it was my turn to pick her photo from a pile of fragments. I stared at the nearly identical facial features, deep in thought. Which ones were hers? Do actresses' eyes not all look alike? Oh, these dreamy almond-shaped eyes have slightly upturned corners. Nice. I will take them. These lips are sexy and rosy. I like them. Chosen. This nose bridge is high. It looks great. I like it even more. Chosen. And just like that, I assembled a picture too. Shen Buyu stared at the image, which clearly did not resemble her. Her expression darkened. After a long silence, she said speechlessly, "Look at it yourself." "Who is that?" "Sorry. I chose based on my preferences. I could not tell which features were yours. Sorry, I was not born looking like that. I guess I disappointed you." I replied politely, "It is fine. You do not have to like me." Shen Buyu stared at me quietly, unable to force out a single word. The comments had a field day. "Haha, Fangs, you get a grip. You were supposed to choose her features, not build your own ideal face. You know what? It actually turned out pretty. Why do I feel like these two might have a chance?" Shen Buyu assembled his face right away. "Do not read into it. Shen Buyu is simply better at this. Fangs, you could not even assemble hers. How could there be anything between them?" Actually, I recognized them. Shen Buyu has a faint little beauty mark at the corner of her eye. I used to love pressing my thumb against it, but I did not dare choose it in front of the cameras. I thought that after I had been so uncooperative, Shen Buyu should have been angry. Instead, she quickly composed herself and invited me as if nothing had happened. "You did not get a single one right. That proves none of my features are memorable. Looks like we need to get to know each other better." Shen Buyu chose the location for today's date. It was an archery range. As someone hopeless at sports, I could only grit my teeth and go. But Shen Buyu did not insist that I participate. She merely said, "I just learned it for a role. I am only average. Could you watch and tell me what you think?" She made it sound as though I were some expert. I nodded and agreed. But when Shen Buyu picked up the bow, I could not take my eyes off her. She was tall and graceful, every movement crisp. She drew the bow like a full moon, and the arrows flew like shooting stars. After firing 3 arrows in a row, Shen Buyu turned and smiled at me proudly. How was that? Her youthful, sharp grace was on full display. As she walked toward me, I was briefly dazed. The youngest Best Actress winner, trying to win back her ex-boyfriend, was actually jealous of a video of herself, and that ex-boyfriend was me. At the archery range, Shen Buyu hit 3 arrows in succession. Then she turned and walked toward me. She sat beside me, her earlobe still slightly red. "Do I look good?" I blinked. "What?" Shen Buyu immediately pulled out her phone and opened a fan edit. The title was very straightforward. Shen Buyu's iconic archery moments. My fans say it looks good, but I was not sure. So I wanted to ask you. I watched the video from beginning to end. She really did look cool. So I watched it again. When I reached the 6th viewing, Shen Buyu snatched the phone away. "Stop watching. It is not that great. Besides, I am right here. Why do you keep staring at the video?" Then I finally understood. She did not want me to watch the video. She wanted me to look at her. The livestream comments were already howling with laughter. Shen Buyu was jealous of herself. Who suddenly showed up in her fan community yesterday asking about the archery video? I am not telling. Fangs, you. Stop watching. Watch any longer, and the Best Actress will smash her own phone. Clueless about the comments, I still wanted to keep learning archery. On my first shot, the arrow landed below the target. The second attempt was even worse. It went straight into the safety padding beside it. I put down the bow and sincerely asked the crew to cut this part. No. The audience loves this. Then please leave my career a way to survive. Holding my practice arrow, Shen Buyu added mercilessly from beside me. It is fine. Your acting career does not call for archery yet. I turned and glared at her. She fought back her smile for a while, but still burst out laughing. Shen Buyu did not take the chance to move close and teach me herself. Instead, she called over a professional coach. The wrong form could hurt your hands. Let the coach teach you. I will watch from the side. She kept her word. When I missed, she did not laugh. When I hit the target for the first time, she was more excited than I was. She turned to the camera and shouted, "Are any directors watching? Our Fang's you learns quickly. Cast him in archery scenes. He can do the shots himself. No stunt double needed." I quickly pulled her back. "Sis, keep it low-key. I only just grazed the edge. Hitting it is progress." Then she got my practice photos from the staff and picked one to send me. In it, my arrow was miles away from the bullseye. She seriously captioned it, "A future master archer's first shot. For the memories." Before we left, she also had her assistant send the archery coach's contact information to my manager. That night, my manager received a training schedule from the coach. Shen Buyu had even asked about my availability in advance. That evening, when Yukin saw us return to the villa, she immediately came over. "Little Zhu, you had fun today. Looks like Sister Buyu did not ask me to switch partners for nothing." I stopped in my tracks. Beside me, Shen Buyu coughed so hard it shook the room. Yukin quickly changed the subject. She mentioned the alumni event in a few days and invited me to go back with her. The moment I agreed, Shen Buyu added, "I am going to." "Sister Buyu, did you go to our school too?" "No. The production team needs footage. I am cooperating with filming." Yukin walked away, suppressing a smile. Was it not Yukin who wanted to switch partners? She changed her mind later. "Why were you coughing just now?" "My throat is sore." "Alright, whatever best actress says is right." While Shen Buyu went to remove her makeup, Yukin quietly came back. "Yesterday, she asked the director 3 times when the partners could be switched again. She also said you could easily get hurt doing archery and insisted on replacing the planned rock climbing activity." I looked toward the makeup room. Shen Buyu was watching me through the glass. The moment she saw me turn around, she lowered her head, pretending to study the makeup remover pads on the table. On the day of the alumni event, the production crew followed us onto campus. The moment Shen Buyu appeared, more than half the auditorium was staring at her. She was seated in the front row, while I found a corner near the back. Before the event even began, teachers and students lined up for her autograph. The production cameras clustered around her, and the host handed her a cue card. I sat in the last row, able to see only the back of her head. More than 2 years ago, she would wear a hat and mask and secretly wait for me outside my dorm. More than 2 years later, an entire auditorium stood between us, with all the cameras crowded at the front. I stayed for a while, then simply slipped out through the side door. Without realizing it, I found myself beneath my old dorm building. During college, Shen Buyu always waited for me here. Sometimes she brought late-night snacks, sometimes a script she had just memorized. I leaned over the railing, lost in thought. My phone suddenly buzzed. Shen Buyu sent only 2 words. "Come down." I looked down, and she was standing by the tree below. Just like before, I ran downstairs. Shen Buyu had already turned off her microphone, leaving the camera crew at a distance. Since neither of us waved them over, they did not come closer. "Why did you come out too? Do you not know why I came? The production team needs footage?" Shen Buyu gritted her teeth and reached for my wrist. "I came for you." She quickly let go, then placed a weighty badge in my palm. The badge was shaped like a trophy, with Shen Buyu's name engraved on it. Her company had made it after she won the award. "I promised you I would show you my award. I kept my promise." Clutching the badge, I did not know what to say. The year we broke up, I had just offended an investor. One job after another was taken from me. At an industry gathering, they made me the butt of their joke. I shoved the contract back and walked out in front of everyone. After word got out, several roles I had discussed all fell through. But to stay with me, Shen Buyu turned down out-of-town projects. When she sent back the second contract, I dragged my packed luggage to the door and told her we were breaking up. Her eyes red. She declared, "Fang's you. I will win an award. Do not regret it when I do." Later, she really did become Best Actress. I applauded for her through the screen, thinking I would not regret it. I turned the badge over in my hands twice. The words I had prepared, "I did it for your own good," would not come out. Shen Buyu stood there and asked directly, "Can we still be together?" I turned and ran. I ran a long way, before realizing I still had that badge clenched tightly in my hand. My phone began buzzing nonstop. Yukin sent me a screen recording from the livestream. In it, Shen Buyu abandoned an interview that was not yet over, lifted her skirt, and ran out the auditorium's side door. The comments only had time to post one line. She went to find Fang's you again. An uncensored photo of a child got me blasted onto the trending list. The headline sounded convincing. Male dating show contestant suspected of secretly marrying and having a child. Pretends to be single while leeching off Best Actress. During the day's filming was suspended. My brother, and sister-in-law brought little corn to my place again. I took him to the park. He crouched on the ground, trying to steal my cotton candy, and a gossip account caught it on camera. Taking photos of me is one thing, but posting an unblurred 3-year-old's face everywhere. Who gave them the right? Little corn saw the photo on my phone and pointed at himself to ask me, "Uncle, did I do something wrong?" I immediately turned the phone face down. "You did nothing wrong. The person who took those photos crossed the line." I left him with the nanny before returning to my study to handle the post online. First, I took screenshots of every link, account, and posting time. Then I sent the full package to my manager. Next, I reported the infringement to the platform. I also called my brother and told him to prepare proof of guardianship. Only after preserving the evidence did I respond publicly. My biological nephew, 3 years old. The child is innocent. Please stop sharing unblurred photos. Evidence regarding this content has been preserved. Accounts that refuse to remove it will face legal action. The account that first posted the photo refused to delete it. It even mocked me in the comments for chasing clout. I did not argue with them. 10 minutes later, I posted the complaint receipt and a lawyer's letter together. The post fell quiet for less than a minute. Then the original photo disappeared. The moment my statement went out, Shen Buyu called. "Do not rush. I will have my company's legal team contact the platform. I am not worried. I have saved all the evidence." There were 2 seconds of silence on the other end. Shen Buyu suddenly laughed. "All right, Mr. Fang beat me to it. Then I will make sure they take it down." She was the first to repost my statement. Yuking and the other guest quickly reposted it too. My brother also blurred the child's face and released a home video of little corn chasing after me, calling me uncle. The filming date and our family relationship were shown alongside it. The rumor mongers did not hold out long. They deleted their posts and apologized. The child's photos were taken down, but the public's attention shifted elsewhere. Someone edited together the phone call from the show, the 829 days, the alumni event, and the way Shen Buyu looked at me. Others captured footage from the alumni event. 1 second, Shen Buyu was still being interviewed. The next, she saw me leave. She put down her microphone and followed me out. Is it possible that Shen Buyu's ex-boyfriend is Fang's you? They acted like strangers on the show, yet privately remembered their breakup down to the hour. Are they really that good at acting? She abandoned her interview. Who else could she have run out to find? I looked down at the drawer. The badge lay right on top. Shen Buyu sent me a message. "Whatever you decide, I will stand with you. If you want to go public, I will cooperate. If not, I will have my company suppress it." I stared at those words for a long time without replying. My manager arrived first. "Do you want to get back together with Shen Buyu?" I said nothing. My manager set his bag on the table. "Do you know Lin Yi, the boss backing her? Lin Yi used to pursue her. He also gave her the best opportunities. Do not rush in head first. Get the facts straight first." He showed me, one by one, the rumors that had circulated in the industry over the years. Lin Yi invested in Shen Buyu's first major production. He had also publicly admitted that he admired her. Looking only at that, it was hard not to suspect more. That was a sobering splash of cold water. After Shen Buyu and I split up, her career soared. The production credits of Shen Buyu's first few major projects all included Lin Yi's company. I picked up the badge, then slowly put it back. That evening, Shen Buyu was waiting at my door, blocking my way in. She must have heard something from my manager. The first thing she said when she came in was, "Lin Yi and I never dated. He pursued me before, but I turned him down. Later, he saw my commercial value. I make money for the company, and he gives me opportunities. That is all." Shen Buyu had even brought her contracts and schedule records. At the top of the papers was an email from 2 years ago. The date on the termination request was the day after Lin Yi first publicly pursued her. That request was never finalized. She set the documents on the table, but did not force me to look through them. "Look if you want. If not, just listen to me. When I first joined the company, I rejected Lin Yi. I nearly had my contract terminated. He stopped pursuing me because my first drama became a hit. He is a businessman. He knows how to separate feelings from business. After that, every contract was handled with legal counsel and management present. How much I received and how much the company received was written clearly on paper. He invested in this dating show too. It gave me a chance to win you back, and he wanted the show's publicity. From the looks of it, he made quite a profit. I opened her schedule. In the more than 2 years after our breakup, Shen Buyu had barely rested. She filmed one project after another and stood on award stages time after time. At her busiest, she traveled through 3 cities in a single day. Even when an old injury flared up, she only postponed her action scenes by 2 days. Yet my number was still pinned at the top of her phone. The call she made to me on the show, the 829 days and 1 hour, the steps she took running out of the auditorium. It was all there. Behind the contracts were box office figures and award records for every project. Lin Yi had given her opportunities, and she had truly made the most of everyone. Shen Buyu sat across from me, her fingers pressed tightly to her knees. "Fang's you. I fought desperately to move forward, not to get farther away from you. I only wanted to wait until I was on solid ground, then come back for you. You do not have to answer now. If you do not want this, I will not use the show to pressure you, nor will I use public opinion to trap you. She stood, ready to leave. When she reached the door, I called out to her. Shen Buyu turned around. I pinned that badge to my chest and pointed toward the kitchen. You have not even had your water. Why leave? She stared at the badge for several seconds, then silently changed back into her slippers. I pushed the glass toward her. She held it with both hands, but did not drink for a long while. Little Corn came out of the bedroom holding a puzzle. He recognized her at once. You are the Annie who cried on the phone. Shen Buyu's budding smile froze on her face. Call me Big Sis. Uncle said you are his ex-girlfriend. I immediately turned and headed for the kitchen. Soon, Shen Buyu's gritted voice came from behind me. Fang's you. Who does the kid get such a good memory from? You remember all 829 days perfectly. Fang's you. Can I take this to mean I still have a chance? I gathered the contracts from the table. Drink some water first. I will give you an answer after we finish filming the final episode. Shen Buyu finally took a sip. She could not suppress the smile at her lips. In the dating show's final episode, in front of everyone, Shen Buyu snatched my confession letter. Even more absurdly, the 300 declarations of I like you in it had all been written by her. Before filming, the production team asked every guest to write a letter to the person they liked. While the cameras were away, Shen Buyu sneaked into my room to find me. Who are you writing to? Let me see. I held the blank stationery up before her. I have not written it yet. She immediately lost it. You are not planning to write one for me at all, are you? Fang's you. Give me a straight answer. It is the final episode, and you are still stringing me along. Seeing her pace around anxiously, I simply handed her the paper. Fine, whatever you want to write. Write it yourself. Shen Buyu took the paper. Then she immediately pushed me out of the room. She would not let me peek either. When it was time to read the letters publicly, she was the first to raise her hand. Her own letter was clearly on the table, but Shen Buyu picked up the envelope in front of me. Buyu, yours is on the left. That one belongs to Fang's you. I did not take the wrong one. I will read this one first. Everyone around us looked at me. I could only nod despite myself. Shen Buyu opened the envelope, then cleared her throat. The message is simple. I like you. She paused, then unfolded the entire sheet. It was written 300 times. The page was packed from edge to edge with that same sentence. Zyu. After writing it so many times. Do your hands not hurt? Of course his hands do not hurt. I wrote every single one. The live stream went silent for 1 second. Then the comments exploded. She wrote her ex-boyfriend's love letter herself, and she dared to read it aloud in public. Girl, you have gone beyond losing it. You have thrown all caution to the wind. Fang's you. Say yes already. She is really desperate. Shen Buyu took her own letter and shoved it into my hand. Her face finally turned red. You are not allowed to make this one public. Read it yourself. The other guests continued reading their letters. I quietly opened the envelope. There was no lengthy confession inside. There was only a hand-drawn trophy. My name was written in the center of it. When I looked up, Shen Buyu had been secretly watching me. I caught her red-handed. She instantly looked away. I folded the letter carefully and slipped it into my breast pocket. When it was my turn to make my public choice, I walked straight over to her. Let me introduce her again. Shen Buyu, my ex-girlfriend. The smile on her face froze. Then I added the rest. And my current girlfriend, whom I just won back. The whole set erupted in cheers and teasing. Shen Buyu rushed over and threw her arms around me. Her microphone was still on, so everyone online heard her whisper in my ear. Really? You cannot take it back. You remember 829 days and 1 hour, and you are still afraid I will go back on my word. That night, we did not post a lengthy statement. I only posted one photo, 300 handwritten lines of I like you. The trophy she drew, and the badge engraved with Shen Buyu's name, were all arranged together. When Shen Buyu reposted it, she added 4 words. This time, for real. Yukin was the first to comment. Does the production team pay bonuses for playing matchmaker? Shen Buyu came over to read the comments, and quickly spotted the contact name I had given her. Damn woman, we are back together, and you still call me that, right in front of her. I changed it to Best Actress Shen. She was still not satisfied. She snatched my phone and entered a new contact name, current girlfriend. When she finished, she held the phone up for me to inspect. Remember this. Do not lose me again. That depends on how you behave. Shen Buyu raised her hand to pinch me. I turned and ran faster than anyone. After the show ended, Linyi pushed several scripts across the desk to me. Do not get the wrong idea. Shen Buyu did not ask for these on your behalf. You gain quite a following from the show, and you have formal acting training. Choose one of these yourself. The company can get you an audition. Whether you land it depends on your performance. In the end, I chose a suspense film with 2 leads. Shen Buyu was not playing my supporting role. She played the other lead, a character central to the entire film. Billing, pay, and workload were all determined by the contract. Before we officially signed, I went through 3 rounds of auditions. In the first round, I overacted, and the director stopped me on the spot. In the second round, I got emotions right, but I could not keep up with the physical movements. For the third, I shut Shen Buyu outside the rehearsal room and worked through the character's arc again by myself. When the door opened, the director asked me only one question: when can you start filming? I earned that contract through my own audition. Only after I signed did Shen Buyu tap the tabletop with her pen. Mr. Fang, I look forward to working with you. It was our first collaboration as a publicly confirmed couple. Plenty of people online were waiting to laugh at us. I could not afford to slack off. Every day after filming, I still clutched my script and reviewed my work. There was one chase scene where I fell 7 times in a row. Shen Buyu stood behind the monitor, her expression darkening every time. Before the 8th take, she handed me wrist guards. She only said one thing: if it hurts, say so. Do not use injuries to prove you are dedicated. I returned to my mark. This time, we got it in 1 take. One night during our break, it was already 11 at night. I was still following Shen Buyu around to discuss the next day's scenes. She had just finished showering. 2 days off, and you plan to spend all of it going over the script. I have not worked out this scene's emotions yet. Come here, I will help you work through them. She casually shut the door behind us. When work resumed the next day, my scene went exceptionally smoothly. The director even praised me for getting into character so quickly. I was too embarrassed to respond. Before the film premiered, I was so nervous that I did not sleep all night. Shen Buyu was calmer than I was. She took away my phone and ordered me to eat first. After the opening day box office came in, the doubts finally dropped by half. A week later, the box office kept climbing instead of falling. My monologue from the film was edited into short videos, and the views soared. Directors who had once ignored me began handing scripts to my agent. We expected the well-connected actor to crash and burn, but Fang really delivered. He held his own opposite Shen Buyu. That alone was worth the ticket price. You can date, but every celebrity couple should work this hard. Others said, damn, Shen Buyu. I did not deny it. The opportunity did come through her, but I acted every scene myself. Refusing an opportunity when you have one is not being clear-headed. It is just stupid. The following year, with this film, I won Best Actor. When they announced my name, I sat frozen in my seat for a full 3 seconds. Shen Buyu stood first. She pulled me out of my chair and straightened my collar. Go on, Mr. Fang. On the day of the awards ceremony, the host asked me, why? On such an important occasion, I was wearing an old badge. I looked down from the stage. Shen Buyu sat in the front row, her palms red from applauding, because someone once promised to show me her award. Today, I am showing her mine. Every honor bears both